understand motion sickness, or some people call it travel sickness, you've got to understand it all goes on and starts in your brain. Because your brain receives information about standing up, walking, orientating yourself in this world. So like if you're standing up straight or walking, the brain receives information on how you're orientated in space from your ears, from your eyes, and from special little receptors in your joints. So with the brain receiving this information, it'll know how you're orientated. However, if you go into an environment we weren't built for, like for example, crashing in the sea in this boat. Imagine being stuck on this boat, eh? Or whizzing around this car, around these tight bends. Or say if you're a jet fighter pilot and you're in this airplane, doing loops, spinning around. Well, what happens is your brain isn't used to this. We weren't built for this. We were built for walking around on the land, and so it gets into an information overload. Now, most people can hack it. However, those quite sensitive people, the brain starts going a bit AWOL on it, and this is what's called motional travel sickness. So the first thing that seems to happen is you get quite anxious, you go a bit pale, you start feeling a bit nauseated, and if this carries on, you get quite agitated and you end up doing a pelican like this. So what can you do about travel sickness or motion sickness? Well, to start with, you want to stay away from medications if you can. And there's a few tricks to it. Like for example, if you're going to do a lot of driving or a lot of flying, with time you build up tolerance if you keep doing it. And part of that is that it reduces anxiety, and that has a lot to do with this whole business. Other tricks include, if you're on a boat, try and be outside and keep your horizon, because your eyes will settle things down. So say if you're going across the ferry on Cook Strait and it's really rough, be outside and keep looking at the horizon and be in the fresh air. And that seems to settle the whole thing down. If you want to go down into the hold where you lose the horizon, you smell all those people vomiting everywhere, you're going to lose it. If after all this you can't seem to hack it, then either you don't travel and just stay at home and watch TV, or if you're going to do it, then you can try some of these medications. Some of them you can stick behind your ear, some of them you can swallow, but there's a variety of antihistamines and medication you can take which sort of settle down the whole system, and it seemed to work quite well, even though they themselves can give you side effects. But have a chat with your doc anyway. But most people can avoid medications by sticking to the basics, not being tired, not being pissed, and keeping the horizon.